What's up, Taiwan? I'm Philip Brossard with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's Air Force is conducting exercises designed to practice quickly scrambling aircraft to defend the skies. During the drills, the military made public an exchange program with NATO and says cooperation between the two sides has been ongoing for some time. Jaime Okan reports.
Mirage 2000 fighter jets and their aircrew, busy running drills on how to quickly take off and intercept enemy warplanes. The aircraft, stationed in Taiwan's northern Hsinchu County, are still staging these exercises, while the rest of the country is getting ready for the holiday season. Even though Taiwan is preparing to celebrate the Lunar New Year next week, the military says that no matter the dates, the country's armed forces must always be on alert.
接下来再过1周之后就是即将过年，相信我们这个空军的各个部队都会努力在战训本务，给予国人一个平安的这个环境，让大家过一个好年。
These pilots are one of the first lines of defense for the country's airspace. They often scramble to intercept Chinese warplanes, which operate around Taiwan almost daily, regularly breaching the country's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. This area isn't Taiwan's airspace, but it stands as a buffer zone for defensive purposes. When asked about a recent increase in incursions from China, this is what the military had to say.
相信除了新竹基地以外，台湾的各个战斗机联队都随时保持着待命，而且我们在依照我们每日的这个飞行动态，都有相关的这个飞行序列在空中执行。那各项如果遭遇到突发状况，我们都会依照空中部的战术管制的引导，以及各项的这个战备规定来做应处。那最主要就是维持我们的领空的安全及国家安全。
During the exercises, this pilot also revealed that Taiwan was sending service people abroad to learn how other countries defend themselves. The military says they've been enrolling personnel in NATO's Defense College in Italy for 6 months projects. They claim they have been doing this for, quote, years. Taiwan's military has regular exchanges and joint training programs with its biggest ally, the United States. But it has rarely made public military exchanges with other countries and organizations.
那台湾所扮演的角色是在一个印太局势中一个很关键的一个角色。那当然，各国家的学员，他们对于现在的这个区域局势相当感兴趣。
With the Lunar New Year just days away, Taiwan hopes that these exercises will not only boost its combat readiness, but also assure its citizens that their country's military is on alert year-round. Damon Lin and Jaime Okan for TaiwanPlus.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has said that an increase in Chinese military activity near the Taiwan Strait does not mean an invasion of Taiwan is imminent.
We've seen increased activity, aerial activity in the straits. We've seen increased surface vessel activity around Taiwan. And again, we believe that they endeavor to establish a new normal, but whether or not that means that an invasion is imminent, I seriously doubt that.
Austin was speaking at a joint defense summit with Japanese officials on Wednesday. U.S. President Joe Biden is set to meet with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Friday to discuss regional security. Austin's comments come just days after the U.S. said it plans to deploy a rapid response force equipped with missiles to the Japanese islands of Okinawa. Prices in Taiwan are rising fast, but wages aren't keeping up. Government statistics show the average worker has effectively taken a pay cut since last year because of inflation. And soaring food prices are biting particularly hard ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday next week. Stash Butler has the story.
The humble chicken cutlet, just the latest victim of Taiwan's ballooning food prices. When costs appeared to rise at this Type A food joint, customers took to the internet to complain. But many have already become resigned to a higher cost of living.
通膨吃掉是一点啊，但是认真讲，像我们自己连想存钱都不想存，根本买房买车也不用想。
是有觉得薪水涨了，物价也跟着涨。
People in Taiwan earned an annual wage of about $16,300 in the first 11 months of 2021. That rose to about $16,700 last year. But retail prices rose too. And once you account for that, the average person was actually a little worse off in 2022. Wholesale food prices have risen more than most, and restaurant owners say that they're struggling.
以过年前这一段期间呢，是最辛苦的时候。往年我们都没有遇到这种说涨幅这么大的时候。
Wholesale prices for vegetables have jumped by almost 50% ahead of the holiday. Eggs are also more than 20% more expensive, while the cost of pork and chicken has risen by 10%. Charities working with poor families say more and more people are coming to them for help.
帮忙的至少我想应该都有多2-3成吧。那有一些人是真的没办法生活，底层就是生活很辛苦了。
Economists expect inflation to ease up this year, but the damage to wages is already done. On paper, Taiwan got a pay rise in 2022, but multiple price hikes have left people feeling worse off than before. Howard Zhang and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
The head of Taiwan's Atomic Energy Council, Xie Xiaoxing, has been dismissed. That's after an investigation backed up claims he had verbally and physically harassed female staff. Premier Su Zhengchang says Xie's actions have damaged the public image of government agencies. Xie could face further disciplinary action. The cabinet now plans to send his case to the government ethics watchdog, the Control Yuan, for further investigation. What would it take for you to run 700 kilometers in Arctic temperatures? Well, for Tommy Chen, it's about overcoming challenges he's faced before. We turn now to Leslie Liao to find out more about the Taiwanese man who's braving what's billed as the toughest ultramarathon in the world for a second time.
Grueling terrain, limited sunlight, and temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. These are just some of the conditions that await those who dare to challenge the Yukon Arctic Ultra. It's billed as the world's toughest ultramarathon. Participants go in knowingly running the risk of suffering frostbite and even amputation. But ultrarunner Tommy Chen is willing to take his chances. The 36-year-old has made a name for himself after running through some of Earth's harshest environments. Chen plans to take part in the Yukon Ultra's 430-mile event next month. That's almost 700 kilometers of frigid temperatures. It won't be Chen's first time on the tundra. He completed the race 10 years ago, but the experience was so intense it left him with post-traumatic stress disorder.
日照时间只有7小时，夜晚时间是17到18小时，所以真正最困难的就是心理的挑战。很多选手崩溃就是在第3天到第4天之后左右开始，那在第7天的时候是非常痛苦跟极端的时候。
Chen is throwing himself into an extraordinary training regimen. Last year, he ran over 400 kilometers around Taiwan, pulling a poke sled behind him to simulate the race. He's also lifting weights to build strength. But the event is not only about physical endurance. It's just as much of a test of mental fortitude.
以前比较没有办法长时间的去独处，然后跟自己对话。那这场比赛因为要连续大概预计要9天到11天左右才能够去完成，然后都是1个人。所以我这次的心态调整是试着跟大自然去对话，然后试着去跟自己对话。
Last time, it took Chen 10 days and 15 hours to finish the trail. This time around, he's looking to do even better. But really, running 700 kilometers in the Arctic snow is an impressive feat all its own. Andy Xue and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of a T-Rex dressed up as a Chinese god of wealth at the National Museum of Natural Science in Taichung. I'm Philip Brossard. Take care and see you next time.